Hello everybody and welcome to today's vlog. First of all, I want to apologise for the sunglasses. My brain can't get over the fact that the sun has finally arrived here in the UK and my eyes just don't work without them on. I know it's not very nice watching somebody walk and talk in sunglasses, but unfortunately without them I can't see a foot in front of my face. Also, if I'm extra shiny, it's again due to the sun. I'm absolutely smothered in factor 50 because the last thing I want to do is burn, because my poor cousin has just had to go through skin cancer treatment, which has given me a huge kick up the bottom, that every time I come out in the sunshine now I'm absolutely loaded up with as strong a factor as I can possibly get my hands on. Today is all about the black dog. Now, if you're not familiar with that phrase, it covers the whole spectrum of things from stress, anxiety, depression, grief, insomnia, and any form of low mood that you might be suffering from. This is something that over the past few months, unfortunately, with losing both my parents and another member of the family, this is something that, unfortunately I've become all too familiar with. And so I wanted to take you through, first of all, what the black dog is, the history of the name, and then go on to where I'm at right now, the reason why I'm talking about it. Also then go on to the help that I have gone to, to try and see what's out there to be able to help rectify things that have been going on. And then finally, just show you the best practices of what's actually really working for me, because things are brilliant, and hopefully help, even if I just help one person out there with my own experiences, then all the better. So, what is the black dog? Well, as mentioned, this is a term that covers all aspects of low mood. It was originally coined, or a phrase coined, by Sir Winston Churchill. And if you look on Google, the definition of it is Winston Churchill used the term black dog as a personal metaphor for his lifelong battles with severe depression and dark moods. The phrase described reoccurring, overwhelming melancholy that he felt was a constant companion, but did not prevent him from functioning or leading. So what's really important there is that most people who suffer from low mood, whether they have it continually or whether or not, like myself, it just happens at time of grief, you still function normally, or you still have the ability to function normally. It's just that you do have this companion on your journey with you. So giving it a name like black dog for me is absolutely perfect, because you're able to animate, give it life, give it purpose, but then also tame it, which I'll get onto at the end of this, which is a book which is absolutely brilliant that I've read through, called The Taming of the Black Dog. So it is a really, really handy tool, first of all, to acknowledge that you may be a sufferer. That's always step number one. And step number two, what do you do next? How do you make it better for you? Now, in this instance of low mood, everybody is different. Nobody suffers the same at all. And with that, I'll go on to explain exactly where I'm at now, what led me to this state, and just give you an insight into why this has become really important to me. All my regular viewers will know that tragically last year I lost both my parents. My mum in May 25, who was suffering from tuberculosis, and my dad in December of 25, who unfortunately had pancreatic cancer. My mum's illness was 3 weeks, my dad's illness was 4 weeks. They were both here and and then they were gone. In the middle of all of that, at the end of September, a gentleman who was my mum's cousin, who we became very, very close to over the past couple of years, especially William, passed away after having minor surgery. So within the space of 7 months we'd lost 3 people, and each death hit completely differently. A little bit of background information is I already suffered from PTSD. My symptoms were getting better. My main symptoms are nightmares, but I do have waking moments of visions, flashes, flashbacks. Only about one specific person and a situation that I was put in. Again, not going to go into any details, but it has been something that's been reoccurring quite regularly over the past 5 years. But again, my symptoms were starting to ease. Then I found out that my mum was really sick. That was horrible. But it was treatable, and she was going into hospital for this treatment. 2 weeks in, 2.5 weeks in, we were told that she just wasn't going to make it. And that is when this new symptom kicked in. Now, before I suffered from nightmares, now I'm lucky if I get to sleep at all. I suffer from the worst insomnia. I can be awake all night long. And it's something that went through from my mum's death all the way through to Michael's death in France, my mum's cousin, and then through to my dad. And still to this present day, I probably get 2 hours sleep a night, and then for the rest of it I'm just fitful and just unable to relax enough to fall to sleep. So that is where my problem is. It's grief, insomnia, PTSD, and that does lead during the day to, in my case, not depression, not stress, not anxiety, but absolutely through sheer exhaustion, I do have low mood. So a couple of months ago, I decided that enough was enough. I was very tired, and I made an appointment to go see my doctor. I wasn't exactly sure whether or not they'd be able to help, whether or not it was a medical or psychological problem, but they always say to start with your doctor first, so that's exactly what I did. The first thing that the lady wanted to do was prescribe me some sleeping pills. Absolutely not. I spend so long in the car, I do so much driving, and when I asked about side effects, she was really honest with me and she said yes. It's not advised to drive when you're on these particular sleeping pills. So I said, well, I absolutely cannot take them then, because I have horses. I have to be able to drive to feed them, to see to them. I've got my dad's farm to look after. I've got the cats there and lots of clearing and tidying to do. I have to go there twice a day, every day. There's no way I can't drive. It's just not practical to do so. So what is the next step? Have you considered counselling? No, but why not if they can help? And so that is the course of action. And that was the next step for myself, because medication did not seem like a good idea. So I was put in contact with the counselling service local to where I live. This is where Winston Churchill's words really, really resonated with me, because the counselling service did a half an hour telephone appointment with me, where I guess they were wanting to see what was wrong and how they could help. So I told them what happened, and I told them what my circumstances were and how my main problem was that I was unable to sleep. But I'm functioning. I'm actually functioning really well. I'm getting up every morning. I never have any times of such low mood where I don't want to get out of bed. I can not want to get out of bed because I'm really tired, but it's not my mood that's putting me down there, and I always get up. I'm still working, I'm eating, I'm looking after myself, I'm regularly exercising, I'm always out and about. So it turned out that this particular counselling service actually couldn't do anything for me, because all of their programs that they have are geared up to getting me to the place where I already am. And they said that the only way to get any kind of different help is to possibly pay for it, and that they really are just the basic of the basics to help get you up out of bed and to get you techniques to be able to carry on with life. But if you're already carrying on, absolutely diddly squat they can do, bless them. I was quite bemused by this information, the fact that there was actually nobody at that point that could help me. The doctor could only give me pills, and the counsellor, because I was functioning, there was nothing that they could do. So it actually perked me up a little bit, because I thought, well, I can't be that bad, that's really good, I'm not bad. So I told my friend Liz, who has been a constant support throughout all of this, and she's just been on a training programme through work all about the black dog. So she told me about it. That's how I first got to hear about it, and I thought, what a wonderful thing. And because it has a name, and because it's a well-studied thing, there's loads and loads of self-help out there to be able to help tame your own black dog. So that's what I'm doing, and I have got to say, it works absolutely brilliantly. So I went online and purchased a book called Taming the Black Dog by the author Patrick Elverton. It was literally $2.99 on eBay for a second-hand copy, but when it came, it's almost like new. You can barely tell that a page has been turned on it. And it is the most helpful guide from somebody who themselves have suffered with over 20 years worth of low mood and depression, giving really top quality hints and tips and lifestyle choices, knowing exactly how to improve mood. Now, I absolutely recommend you buy the book, because I will not be able to recount what it says. But some of the simple tips are understanding your patterns. And for doing that, he explains about keeping a journal or a diary. Eating good food, not low mood foods like carbohydrates or sugars, but things that are going to elevate your energy levels anyway. It's all about doing the best you can for yourself. And it is incredible. Some of the other tips are things like you put off jobs because you don't want to do them and you're low mood, then that can create more low mood because you're not doing what you need to do. It basically just says get up and do it, and do it now. And make sure you list one bad job per day and then kick yourself up the bottom to do it. Now, for me, I have cats in the house, so there are some jobs that I hate doing, like mopping the floors, hoovering up. I've got one long-haired cat called Princess Honey, and her hair gets everywhere. So it gave me a real motivation, real kick up the bottom to just get on with it and tidy it up. I have to do it every day anyway because she's old and she molts. So it's been really, really, really useful. However, the best piece of advice, and it really is the best piece of advice, is the black dog can't bite a moving target. What that means in simple terms is that the endorphins that are given off after between 20 and 40 minutes worth of exercise is way more than the low mood brain chemicals that you get that keep you in a depressive state. Nature, surrounded by it here, also has a way of raising the mood. So every day, if you are physically able, to get out and about and do something outside in nature for a minimum of 40 minutes first thing in the morning to set you up positively for the rest of the day. And as the book says, whether or not you have a job, whether or not you have children, just get up earlier. Everybody has the capability of doing it. Also, being slave to a job where you're working 24/7. Do read that chapter in the book, it's very powerful. Everybody is replaceable. But if you're not here, that's just a tragedy. So keeping on top of a low mood is really important, and you can self-care do that 40 minutes every morning. How easy is that? And that actually is less time than therapy. So how much does this cost, or has this cost me so far? Well, literally $2.99 for the book in the first place, and $2.99 for the diary from eBay again, to be able to document what I'm doing, what I'm eating, what my triggers are, which is the main thing, what causes the low mood in the first place. And what's been really helpful for me, and again this is just my personal experience, when I've woken up in the middle of the night, jotted down why I've woken up, what I've been feeling. It's almost like I've completed a task, and then I've been able to fall back off to sleep again. I've not been tossing and turning, like, oh, okay, job done. So even a little thing like getting something off my mind and down in a diary has really helped my main problem, 99.99% of my problem, which is insomnia. So it's been brilliant. Now, as well as coming out here onto the beautiful, beautiful moors, another thing that really helps me, especially because I'm a war historian, is to think about the brave men and women who came before. In the grand scheme of things, yes, I've had 3 tragic deaths. Losing both my parents has just been earth-shattering. But what about the poor men and women who served in the war, who went through deaths daily, weekly? They lost most of their comrades, especially the Polish, who we're here to remember. Again, the memorial's here, but unfortunately it is the wrong plane. But look at this. The brave men. Remembered here as W5557, however that actually crashed over there on the tree line, and it's the remains of R1073 that are laid to rest here. So when I put my own grief in context, look at what's been going on in Ukraine over the past few years, look at what's happening over in America and Iran, mass shootings, you know, things like that. Yeah, I've had a horrible time of it, but it is getting better. And in the grand scheme of things, I can't believe I've just found my sock on a tree. My bag has opened. My sock that I keep my GoPro in has got snagged. And I've just come back round the same way and found my GoPro cover sock dangling from a bush. How cute is that? Anyway, just to say that no matter what kind of a mood I'm in, my insomnia, the things I've been through, many other people have been through so much worse. And just knowing that and remembering that helps me pull myself up by the socks and go, I am lucky, I'm still functioning. It is just affecting my sleep, which is causing low mood, as it would do. The more exercise I get, the better my sleep quality. And it's free. Being out here is completely free. If you are suffering from any of the topics that are being discussed today, then please reach out to somebody. whether it be a medical professional or whether it be a friend or family member. This is something that I have no problem talking about, but I know it's absolutely different for everybody. I'm going to put some links in the description below to Mind and Crisis and the Samaritans. If you do feel like you need their help, please do call them, or again, at bare minimum, reach out to a friend. So the black dog is my current companion. At between 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, it more resembles a bit of a bitey wolf, something that wants to take hold and bring me down, maybe chew on a bone or two. But on days like today, when I'm out in the countryside, I like to think of it as my old black Labrador. He was my companion in life. You know, I lost my black dog, my black Labrador, 15 years ago, and I still tear up to this day every time I think about him. Crazy that, isn't it? Grief has got such a way of coming and biting you on the bottom. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry today's vlog is a little bit different to normal, but we will be getting back to normal very soon. We cover issues like current news sometimes, our hobbies including hiking and horses and camping, but I also do World War II history as well, and we are getting back into a semi-regular motion as well. So hopefully we'll see you all next week. If you're new to willmxkid, please hit the like and the subscribe button. It really helps to get our videos noticed if you do, and the more notice we get, the more ability we have to be able to put more videos out there. If you want to become a member, please do so. That financially helps the videos that we can put together, and not only that, when I can, I will post particular vlogs that you won't get anywhere else. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Did you like that vlog today?
Yeah.
And what do you do now?
Hit that like button, that subscribe button. We're up.